Okay, let's talk about yams. I've got one right here. Actually, this is not a yam. This is a sweet potato. But people don't know the difference anyway. I was confused too. Yams are usually bigger, a little more orange, and it doesn't actually make a difference for this video. I'll be discussing yams and sweet potatoes in the context of whether it's healthy, should you eat it raw or cooked, toxins, how it factors into weight loss. Okay, starting from the top, are yams healthy? The answer is yes, relatively. Nothing is 100% healthy. Consider that yams are a vegetable, and we all know vegetables are generally healthy. Now what about eating them raw? Most people eat them cooked. People say raw is healthy, or healthier. In this case, I can't decide. Yes, you'll get certain vitamins in raw state, but then other vitamins will come out more in the cooking process, along with calories. So you can do both. Speaking of calories are another plus for yams. They're really high in calories, even higher than potatoes, but people will say, that's a lot of calories and it's coming from carbs. Well, you might have heard me say this before, but there's nothing wrong with a carb. Carbs, carbohydrates, are a macronutrient. There's nothing wrong with any nutrients per se. So when people say that potatoes, yams are a carb, they're using a classification that makes sense within the diet matrix. But in actuality, a yam is a yam, a potato is a potato. These are foods. They contain carbs, as every food does. And on the topic of weight loss now, what would cause a problem with the carbs in a yam is what you would mix it with. Now if you mix it with fat, then you have a problem. Because fat and carbs get in each other's way. And what do most people do with yams and potatoes? They put butter on it. You can mix a little of the two together, but one of them has to be a very small amount. You have to be real careful with fat. So if you add fat to yams, it's got to be a little bit. But you don't really need to. Yams taste great, even better than potatoes. And if people are in a place where they're unsure about eating yams because they want to lose weight, then they don't understand weight loss. What I'm teaching this month and next month is that there's two kinds of weight loss: temporary and permanent weight loss. If you want temporary weight loss, well, that's the kind most people get with the techniques they use, reducing your calories into a deficit. This gives you weight loss, obviously, and it's temporary because it doesn't fix the problem. For permanent weight loss, I highly recommend my short ebooks. Very inexpensive. You can find the links in the description below this video. And to dispel another myth, you don't need an ebook reader device to get ebooks. You can download them onto any computer. The last issue about yams is toxins. Every food contains a certain amount of toxins, and yams happen to contain a substantial amount of lectins. Now, if you were to really avoid lectins, if you really wanted to do that, your best option is to go fruitarian. In lieu of such an extreme eating habit, what are you supposed to do without lectins? My advice is to eat a large variety of food. Don't just eat yams, no potatoes, no millet, no oats, no beans, no bananas. Because what lectins are is a toxin that the plant creates to keep itself from going extinct. It just keeps you from eating too much of that one plant. Other plants have different types of lectins. You just don't want to get too much of any one kind. Also, a lot of the toxins are in the peels or the outside of plants, and that's also where most of the pesticides are. So it's a good idea to at least sometimes peel these vegetables. And have you noticed that when it comes to toxins like that, pesticides even, most of the focus is on plants. I don't know why that is. I could make a guess. But of course, animal products is going to have more pesticides and more dangerous kind. The ones besides the grass kind. GRAS, generally recognized as safe. So the illegal ones, they feed those to the animals, and you're still getting them. But what about the lectins? A lot of paleo people bring up lectins as a reason to eat paleo. But some uncommon knowledge is that even animals create lectins. Animals need to survive too, and they have built-in defenses. I was just reading here that lectins in animals hasn't been well studied. I am so surprised. But what they do know is that the lectins bind not just to carbs, which is the common thing in plants, but they also bind in proteins and fats, which animals have a lot of. So who knows how much of a problem lectins are for people who are not vegans. I came across a website, Gundry MD, some doctor talking about lectins. 15 ways to reduce lectins in your diet. Lectins found in beans, grains, and more are the cause of diseases, physiological problems like leaky gut and acne. I've been a big eater through 22 years of veganism. Do I look like I have an acne problem? I was a big grain eater all through the 90s. Yeah, I had some bloated gut problems back then, but no leakiness. I don't even know what that is. Alright, I've reached the end of this video. If you liked it, found it helpful or inspiring, give it a thumbs up, share it on social media. It's also helpful to leave a comment. I'm making about a video every day now, so I'm going to get started on my next one soon. It's going to be a busy week here. I got a lot of things I want to cover in a timely manner this week. Lots of news. So see you tomorrow.